What a narcissist hopes when you go no contact Stoic mindset. Have you ever wondered what goes through the mind of a narcissist when you finally decide to cut off contact and disappear from their life? Do they feel betrayed? Do they regret their actions? Or do they only grow more determined to regain control over you? In this video, we'll dive deep into the hidden hopes and manipulative calculations of a narcissist when you choose to take back your power and break free from their toxic influence. Prepare yourself. What you're about to learn may change the way you see relationships forever. When you break the cycle and remove yourself from their world, the narcissist is convinced that you'll come back. They trust in your emotional attachment, your desire for closure, and your fear of being alone. They think they've got you all figured out, that you can't live without them. This is why they often go silent, holding back, waiting for you to crumble and return to them. But if you stand your ground and continue moving forward, the real battle begins. Welcome to Stoic in Your Life, where we explore how Stoic principles help you navigate the darkest of relationships with clarity and strength. Number 1. Narcissist's initial reaction. When you go no contact with a narcissist, their initial reaction is often disbelief and confusion. Narcissists thrive on control, constructing their sense of power and superiority through manipulation and domination. Your decision to cut ties disrupts this illusion, leaving them reeling. They believe, perhaps arrogantly, that you, like everyone else, are too weak to stay away. They bank on emotions like guilt, loneliness, or the craving for closure to pull you back into their orbit. For a narcissist, these emotions aren't human vulnerabilities. They're tools to exploit. They are confident that sooner or later, you'll second-guess your decision, feel regret, and come crawling back, reinforcing their warped belief that they are indispensable. In their calculated game of manipulation, silence is a weapon. By ignoring you or staying silent after the split, the narcissist is testing your resolve. This tactic serves to maintain the illusion that they hold the upper hand. They want you to stew in your thoughts, questioning your choice, wondering why they haven't reacted. This creates a psychological tug-of-war where you may feel tempted to reach out for answers they deliberately withhold to keep you emotionally tethered. They frame this silence as proof of their superiority, believing it will compel you to seek validation or reassurance from them, thus restoring their control over the situation. To the narcissist, your departure is not a final act, but a temporary disruption. They watch and wait, often for months, believing you'll break the silence first. This slow-motion game of chess allows them to feel powerful without lifting a finger. For instance, they might monitor your social media, or rely on mutual acquaintances to gauge your emotional state, all while maintaining an outward facade of indifference. If you do reach out, it confirms their narrative. You need them more than they need you. They savor this moment, feeding their ego and reinforcing their belief that they are the center of your world, even in absence. But when their patience wears thin, or their ego feels bruised, they may break their silence, though not to reconcile. Their messages or calls are carefully designed to make you doubt yourself. Look what you're missing, they subtly suggest, positioning themselves as unaffected by your absence. Yet beneath this act lies their true motive: to regain control. To them, it's never about losing you as a person. It's about losing their grip on the narrative, their dominance over your emotions. They will twist the story, gaslighting you into believing you've made a mistake, hoping you'll reopen the door they never wanted closed. A modern example illustrates how these dynamics play out. Consider a woman, Anna, who ends a relationship with her narcissistic partner, Jake. Jake initially seems unaffected, ignoring Anna entirely after their breakup, but Anna notices subtleties, vague social media posts, mutual friends dropping hints about how well Jake is doing. Months later, Jake sends a cryptic message, something like, "I hope you're okay. I've been thinking about you." It seems innocent, even caring, but Anna recognizes it as a hook designed to pull her back. By staying no contact and resisting the urge to engage, Anna protects her peace and denies Jake the control he craves. What can you learn from this? First, understand that a narcissist's power lies in your emotional response. By choosing no contact, you take away their ability to manipulate and control. Second, remind yourself that their silence is not indifference but a calculated move to bait you. When you recognize the game, you no longer feel compelled to play. Draw strength from Stoic secrets. Focus on what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and responses. Ask yourself, am I seeking closure, or am I allowing myself to be drawn back into chaos? True freedom comes when you reclaim your power by letting go of their influence. Embracing a Stoic mindset means prioritizing your inner peace over external validation. Narcissists hope your resolve will waver, but by staying grounded and focused on what truly matters, you deny them the victory they seek. How will you choose to protect your serenity and maintain your autonomy in the face of their manipulative tactics? Have you explored the insights shared on Stoic in your life? If you're already following the channel, comment below. I've been checking out the content on this channel. If you're new to the channel, let us know by commenting, I just joined and will be checking in regularly. Together, let's explore how Stoicism can empower us to overcome life's challenges, especially when faced with manipulative dynamics, like the ones we've discussed today. Number 2. Strategies to regain control. Narcissists are expert manipulators, and one of their most effective methods to regain control after a breakup is seduction. This tactic involves returning to your life with a carefully crafted facade of transformation. They present themselves as the ideal partner you've always wanted, or a seemingly improved version of who they once were. At the core of this strategy is love bombing, where they shower you with affection, extravagant compliments, and heartfelt promises of change. This can include grand gestures, lavish gifts, or emotional declarations designed to rekindle the hope of a better relationship. However, beneath this display of transformation lies a calculated intent, not to foster genuine growth, but to manipulate your emotions and regain their dominance. They aim to convince you that happiness can only exist in their presence, exploiting your emotional vulnerabilities and rewriting the narrative of the past. But as psychology and experience show, such promises of change are rarely authentic. Narcissists typically lack the self-awareness and accountability needed for real transformation. Once they regain control, the familiar toxic patterns resurface. Love bombing gives way to devaluation, and the cycle of manipulation begins anew. This often leaves you feeling emotionally drained, more disillusioned than before, as the illusion of reconciliation collapses. The seduction strategy is powerful because it preys on universal human emotions: the longing for connection, the hope for change, and the desire for closure. Narcissists excel at exploiting these feelings, using nostalgia and idealization to obscure the truth. But as Epictetus wisely observed, circumstances don't make the man, they only reveal him to himself. Recognizing this manipulation for what it is allows you to step back and view the situation with clarity. Are their actions genuinely indicative of change, or simply another calculated attempt to regain control? Modern Stoicism offers valuable tools to navigate this manipulation. By focusing on what lies within your control, your thoughts, choices, and perceptions, you can reclaim your power. Narcissists thrive on controlling your emotional responses, but when you anchor yourself in rationality and self-awareness, their influence weakens. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Embracing this wisdom helps you resist their seduction and regain your inner peace. To effectively counter these tactics, it's essential to cultivate emotional independence and resilience. Reflecting on the true nature of the relationship and its impact on your well-being is crucial. Practices like journaling, seeking support from trusted friends or therapists, and establishing firm boundaries help reinforce your resolve. Recognize that the person they pretend to be during these moments of seduction is not their authentic self. By refusing to engage with their manipulative behavior, you can break free from their hold and regain control over your life. This process isn't easy, as the allure of their promises can be deeply tempting, particularly when they speak to your desire for connection and healing. Yet, as Seneca reminds us, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. Rejecting their overtures is not a loss. It's a step toward authentic growth and healthier relationships. It takes courage to prioritize your well-being over the illusion of reconciliation, but doing so creates the space necessary for true peace and happiness. Modern Stoicism serves as a beacon of guidance, encouraging virtues like wisdom, courage, and discipline in the face of such challenges. By focusing on what you can control and resisting the narcissist's manipulations, you deny them the leverage they seek. This choice is not just an act of self-defense. It's a commitment to building a life rooted in authenticity, resilience, and inner peace. Through clarity, self-awareness, and rationality, you strengthen your emotional independence and pave the way for a future free from manipulation and toxic control. The closure trap is one of the most deceptive tactics narcissists employ when confronted with no contact. Under the pretense of seeking reconciliation, they strategically position themselves as the injured party, asking for closure. They may request a conversation to clear the air or address unresolved issues, creating the illusion of mutual understanding and peace. However, their true intention isn't resolution. It's regaining control by reopening the emotional wounds you've worked hard to heal and pulling you back into the toxic dynamic you escaped. Narcissists are skilled manipulators who use ambiguity to twist the narrative in their favor. During these so-called closure talks, they often absolve themselves of blame while subtly placing responsibility on you, leaving you questioning your decisions. This destabilization is deliberate, designed to feed their need for control by undermining your confidence and judgment. They prey on your natural desire for resolution, turning your empathy into a tool for manipulation. Recognizing this pattern is essential, and here, Stoic philosophy offers clarity and strength. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By understanding that their version of closure is manipulation disguised as reconciliation, you can safeguard your peace and autonomy. Engaging in such conversations often entangles you in their narrative, minimizing their role in the harm caused while amplifying your perceived faults. Their words can make you question your experiences or even feel complicit in their behavior. This is where the teachings of modern Stoicism become invaluable. Stoicism encourages us to focus on what we can control, our responses and actions, rather than external circumstances. Epictetus wisely stated, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." By refusing to engage, you preserve your emotional detachment and reclaim your power, shielding yourself from their manipulative tactics. The Stoic principle of apatheia, freedom from emotional disturbance, reminds us to prioritize what truly matters, our virtue, growth, and peace. A narcissist's attempt at closure is a distraction, serving their needs at the expense of your emotional health. True closure doesn't come from external validation but from within, through acceptance, reflection, and the decision to move forward with wisdom and strength. As Seneca wrote, "He who is brave is free." Setting boundaries and refusing to engage isn't just self-preservation, it's an act of courage that ultimately sets you free. In today's world, the yearning for closure is often amplified by societal pressures that romanticize reconciliation and making peace. Narcissists exploit this cultural emphasis, weaponizing your compassion and need for resolution against you. They know this vulnerability well, but Stoicism provides a counterbalance. Epictetus reminds us, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." By setting firm boundaries and rejecting manipulative conversations, you protect your peace and define your path forward. Denying the narcissist, the satisfaction of reeling you back into their control. Instead of engaging in their traps, channel your energy into self-reflection, healing, and emotional growth. Modern Stoicism teaches us that freedom comes from not needing validation from those who seek to harm us. By refusing to engage, you assert your independence and reclaim your peace. Let your silence serve as your statement, a powerful declaration that your well-being matters more than their manipulative games. This choice embodies the essence of Stoic wisdom, focusing on what you can control and releasing what you cannot. The path of Stoicism doesn't mean rejecting emotion, it means mastering it. It's about cultivating inner strength and peace amidst the chaos. True closure isn't granted by others, it's a state of mind you create through self-awareness and resilience. When you embrace this mindset, you liberate yourself from the distractions and emotional games of the narcissist. Their tactics, no matter how calculated, cannot overpower your commitment to your own growth and happiness. Each time you choose not to engage, you choose freedom. By embodying Stoic principles, you rise above manipulation, reclaim your peace, and move toward a life of clarity, courage, and true fulfillment. After a breakup, narcissists often turn to social media to project an illusion of a perfect life, filled with glamorous photos of new partners, exotic vacations, and expensive purchases. However, beneath this carefully curated facade lies a deeper truth. It's not about genuine happiness, but a calculated attempt to manipulate. Narcissists thrive on validation and attention, using these staged displays to provoke feelings of regret, inadequacy, or jealousy in you. Their goal is to make you question your decision, wondering if you've lost something extraordinary. This psychological game positions them as enviable and triumphant, keeping their hold on your emotions alive even from a distance. Yet the reality behind these posts often tells a much different story. Beneath the surface, the narcissist struggles with the same insecurities and emotional emptiness that defined their behavior during your relationship. Their seemingly perfect new partner is often just another source of narcissistic supply, someone to provide temporary validation, not genuine connection. The flashy vacations and luxurious displays are distractions, masking their inability to address deeper emotional issues. This external bravado hides a persistent inner dissatisfaction. As Seneca wisely noted, "He who is brave is free," reminding us that true freedom and happiness come from mastering our inner world, not from outward appearances. Picture this common scenario. You've gone no contact and are focused on rebuilding your peace. One day you see a photo of your ex with their new partner smiling on a pristine beach with the caption, "Living my best life." For a moment, doubt creeps in. But ask yourself, what are they really showing you? Is it a life of substance, or is it simply a staged performance meant to provoke? These posts are not about their happiness, but about maintaining emotional control over you. Take Maya's story as an example. She broke free from her narcissistic ex, David, and blocked him on all platforms. Later, mutual friends mentioned his seemingly amazing new life. Initially, Maya felt a pang of curiosity and doubt, but as she focused on her growth, she saw the truth. David's need for validation hadn't changed. Months later, when he reached out under the guise of closure, Maya recognized it as another ploy for control. This realization became her turning point, teaching her that Stoic principles like detachment and resilience were her best tools for true freedom. When faced with someone flaunting their perfect life, ask yourself if it's meant to inspire or manipulate. Genuine happiness doesn't need an audience. It thrives in quiet, authentic moments of peace. Narcissists depend on your reactions to sustain their need for attention, but you can break the cycle. Modern Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control others' actions or opinions, only our responses. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By focusing on what you can control, you preserve your inner peace. Their theatrics are just that, a performance. Your growth isn't measured by comparing yourself to their highlight reel, but by building a life of authenticity and purpose. Ask yourself what truly matters to you. How can you channel your energy into healing and self-discovery? Letting go of the need to respond to their provocations creates space for a deeper sense of happiness, rooted in genuine self-love and inner strength. This journey isn't about proving anything to the narcissist. It's about reclaiming your agency and aligning your life with your values. Modern Stoicism reminds us that peace is not found in chasing illusions or reacting to others' manipulations, but in mastering ourselves. Recognize their social media displays as reflections of their insecurity, not of their success. By focusing on your own path, you transcend their games and build a life filled with resilience and authenticity. True fulfillment lies in your ability to create joy independently of others' performances, anchored in the quiet strength of self-assuredness. Narcissists are experts in emotional manipulation, and one of their most insidious strategies to regain control after a breakup is eliciting sympathy through others. They skillfully target mutual friends, family, and acquaintances, weaving false or exaggerated narratives to paint themselves as victims of your alleged cruelty or abandonment. These carefully constructed stories are designed to evoke sympathy, portraying the narcissist as heartbroken and emotionally devastated. By doing so, they manipulate those around you into believing their fabricated version of events, casting you as the villain and themselves as the aggrieved party. This tactic is particularly effective because it leverages guilt and pity to pressure you into reconsidering your decision to go no contact. In many cases, the narcissist enlists flying monkeys, people who, knowingly or unwittingly, become their allies. These individuals might contact you directly, urging you to reconcile or relay the narcissist's distorted perspective, thereby amplifying the emotional manipulation. The ultimate goal of these tactics is to destabilize your emotional resilience and weaken your resolve by isolating you from your support system. Narcissists know that a strong network of friends and family provides the emotional anchor you need to stay firm in your boundaries, so they aim to erode those connections. By engaging in smear campaigns and spreading misinformation, they create doubt in the minds of your friends and loved ones, attempting to fracture your relationships and leave you vulnerable. This campaign of distortion not only tarnishes your reputation, but also aims to make you question your own reality, which can be deeply damaging to your confidence and healing process. Understanding this manipulation is crucial to protecting yourself. As Epictetus wisely said, if someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation. Narcissists thrive on your emotional reactions, and by maintaining composure and self-awareness, you deny them the power they seek. Modern Stoicism provides a profound framework to navigate such challenges, reminding us to focus on what is within our control, our thoughts, choices, and responses. By embracing this mindset, you empower yourself to remain unaffected by their schemes, preserving your emotional strength and clarity. Countering these manipulative tactics requires steadfast boundaries and a commitment to your mental health. Resist the temptation to justify yourself or defend your actions to others. Engaging in their narrative only fuels the narcissist's need for attention and validation. Instead, rely on the trust and understanding of those who truly know you. As Marcus Aurelius aptly noted, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. This wisdom encourages you to rise above the narcissist's games by focusing on your growth, integrity, and peace. Healing from this experience involves prioritizing self-care and surrounding yourself with people who uplift and support you. Activities such as journaling, therapy, and mindfulness can help you process the situation and strengthen your emotional resilience. Recognize that the narcissist's power diminishes the moment you choose to disengage and focus on building a life rooted in authenticity and well-being. Their attempts to control you through guilt and manipulation lose their effectiveness when you embrace the principles of modern Stoicism, which emphasize wisdom, courage, and self-discipline. The narcissist's tactics are designed to distract you from your journey of healing and self-discovery. By refusing to play into their hands, you reclaim your power and redirect your energy toward personal growth and fulfillment. Modern Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in mastering our own minds and emotions, not in controlling others. As you focus on what you can control and let go of what you cannot, you create a future free from their influence, filled with resilience, clarity, and inner peace. By living authentically and staying true to your values, you transform the pain of the past into the foundation for a brighter and more empowered future. Which of these strategies do you find most surprising or relatable? Is it 1, their initial reaction, 2, their calculated efforts to regain control, 3, their social media manipulation, or 4, their attempts to elicit sympathy? Comment below with 1, 2, 3, or 4 to share your experience or insight, and don't forget to watch until the end. There's a special section coming up that promises to offer a surprising perspective you won't want to miss. Number 3. Narcissists' tactics for manipulation and control. 3.1. The smear campaign is one of the narcissist's most damaging tools, deployed when other strategies such as seduction or closure talks fail to achieve their manipulative goals. In this tactic, the narcissist weaves a web of lies and falsehoods, casting themselves as the victim and you as the villain. They will exploit your vulnerabilities or past mistakes, twisting them into exaggerated or fabricated narratives designed to tarnish your reputation. Their aim is clear: to isolate you from your support network, ensuring that friends, family, or colleagues doubt your character and side with them. This calculated effort is not merely about public opinion. It is about destabilizing you emotionally, stripping away your confidence, and leaving you vulnerable to their influence. They often enlist flying monkeys, those who, knowingly or unknowingly, spread the narcissist's version of events. These individuals may even confront you directly, applying pressure to reconcile or criticizing you on the narcissist's behalf. Such attacks are deeply unsettling and can leave you questioning not only your relationships but your own sense of reality. To understand and counter this manipulation, we can turn to the wisdom of modern Stoicism. Epictetus reminds us, if someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation. The smear campaign is a deliberate provocation, meant to evoke anger, frustration, or self-doubt, which the narcissist can then use as further evidence against you. The key to neutralizing this tactic is recognizing it for what it is, a ploy to control your emotions and reactions. Modern life, with its interconnected social and professional networks, makes smear campaigns particularly effective and painful, as reputational harm can ripple across many aspects of your life. But the Stoic approach teaches us to separate what is within our control, our actions, responses, and character, from what is not, such as the opinions others may hold about us based on false information. In facing such challenges, it's crucial to remain composed and steadfast. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Instead of trying to combat every lie or defend yourself to those who have already been swayed, focus on living with integrity. Your actions and consistent character will eventually speak louder than the narcissist's fabrications. Avoid engaging directly with the smear campaign, as any emotional reaction may be used to validate the false narrative. Instead, rebuild your sense of self by connecting with trusted individuals who truly know and value you. Strengthen these bonds, as they serve as a foundation for weathering the storm of deceit. In the face of a smear campaign, it's tempting to lash out or correct the record with everyone who may have been misled. But modern Stoicism encourages a more measured response. By focusing on your own growth and maintaining your dignity, you demonstrate the resilience that Stoic philosophy champions. Seneca wisely observed, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." The narcissist craves control and validation, revealing their inner poverty of character. By refusing to feed their narrative, you deny them the power they seek over your life. The smear campaign is a challenge to your emotional resilience and commitment to living authentically. Use this opportunity to practice modern Stoicism by cultivating patience, self-control, and clarity. Surround yourself with those who uplift you and focus on building a future independent of the narcissist's influence. Your reputation is shaped over time by the consistency of your actions, not the lies of someone seeking to undermine you. As you navigate this trying experience, let the Stoic mindset remind you that your peace and virtue are impervious to external attacks, grounded firmly in your own hands. Narcissists often hope that when you go no contact, you'll be consumed by misery and regret, envisioning you spiraling into emotional distress over leaving them. This belief is not just a fleeting thought for them. It's a core part of their psychological need for control and superiority. They thrive on the idea that you'll realize you made a mistake and come crawling back, reinforcing their illusion of power. Your suffering isn't incidental to their plans. It's central to the narrative they create for themselves. To keep this fantasy alive, they may paint themselves as victims, crafting tales about how you abandoned them in their darkest moments. These carefully constructed stories are not just for others but are meant to seep into your mind, to make you feel guilty and doubt your decisions. The guilt they provoke can plant seeds of confusion, weakening your resolve to stay no contact. Often they'll take it further by telling others that they're waiting for you to come back, building an image of themselves as the wronged party. This manipulation is another tool they use to maintain control, and if you give in and reach out, they seize the opportunity to manipulate you further, whether by playing on your guilt or reasserting dominance, confirming their belief that you still need them. Think of Jake's story. After enduring years in a toxic relationship with his narcissistic partner Claire, he finally found the strength to leave. Determined to heal, Jake cut all contact, prioritizing his mental well-being. But Claire wasn't ready to let him go. She began telling mutual friends that she was heartbroken, that Jake had left her when she needed him most. At first, Jake felt pangs of guilt. He questioned his decision, wondering if he had been selfish. Then, he remembered the Stoic secrets he had been learning. He reminded himself that he couldn't control Claire's narrative, only his response to it. By staying grounded and recognizing her manipulative tactics for what they were, Jake found clarity. He saw that Claire's portrayal of herself as a victim wasn't genuine. It was an attempt to pull him back into her web of control. By holding firm to no contact, Jake reclaimed his emotional independence and refused to let her actions dictate his feelings. Now reflect on your own experiences. Have you ever felt compelled to act out of guilt, even when you knew it wasn't in your best interest? Narcissists count on this reaction. They rely on your empathy and sense of responsibility to keep you emotionally tied to them, even after the relationship is over. But here's the truth. You don't owe them your emotional energy. The Stoic mindset teaches us that we don't need to react to every provocation. When you choose no contact, you disrupt their ability to control how you feel. Whether through guilt, anger, or sorrow, they aim to keep you tethered, but the power to break free lies within you. By shifting your focus from their manipulations to your own healing, you take the first step toward emotional freedom. Ask yourself, what can I do today to nurture my peace and self-acceptance? Can you recognize the patterns of manipulation they use, and can you choose not to engage? The reality is, their hope for your misery is rooted in their own insecurity. The more they try to keep you emotionally bound, the more they reveal their dependence on your reactions to feel powerful. By breaking free of this dynamic, you deny them the control they crave and begin to build a life centered on your own strength and independence. The goal isn't to win against them, it's to transcend the need for their approval or validation entirely. True growth isn't found in fighting back, but in letting go. Stoic secrets remind us that peace isn't achieved by controlling others, but by mastering our own responses. Every time you choose your healing over their manipulations, you take another step toward genuine freedom and fulfillment. By focusing on your well-being, you reclaim your power and build a life rooted in authenticity, resilience, and inner peace. Narcissists are adept at seeking validation, and one of their primary strategies to cope after a breakup is to quickly search for a new supply. This refers to finding another person who can fulfill their insatiable need for admiration and ego reinforcement. Far from being an act of love or genuine affection, this search is often a desperate attempt to fill the emotional void left when they lose their primary source of validation, you. The new partner, or supply, is not valued for their individuality or connection. They are objectified and used as a means to bolster the narcissist's fragile self-esteem. These rebound relationships are rarely about genuine connection, but are instead a mask for the narcissist's underlying insecurities and emotional distress. By diving into a new relationship, the narcissist avoids confronting their deeper issues, using the attention of a new partner to distract themselves from their inner emptiness. This behavior reveals a key aspect of narcissistic patterns: their inability to engage in relationships based on mutual respect and empathy. While the narcissist might initially shower the new supply with attention and admiration, a phase that resembles the love-bombing tactic, they are unlikely to sustain these gestures. Relationships with narcissists are fundamentally unstable because their primary focus is on receiving validation rather than giving love. The narcissist often keeps their options open, seeking additional sources of admiration and comparing the new partner to you in subtle or overt ways. This comparison serves a dual purpose. It bolsters their sense of superiority while sending a signal to you that you've been replaced. Yet this replacement is not about genuine affection for the new partner. It is about maintaining control and preserving their fragile ego. For the new supply, this dynamic is often as toxic as it was for you. The narcissist's charm may initially conceal their manipulative tendencies, but over time, the pattern of objectification and emotional manipulation emerges. Just as you may have felt used and discarded, the new partner is likely to experience a similar fate once they no longer fulfill the narcissist's insatiable need for validation. Narcissists often leave behind a trail of broken relationships, perpetually chasing admiration while avoiding the introspection needed for personal growth. As Seneca said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This quote encapsulates the narcissist's endless pursuit of external validation, which is rooted in their inability to find peace within themselves. Modern Stoicism offers a profound perspective on how to navigate this behavior and protect your well-being. By focusing on what lies within your control, your thoughts, actions, and responses, you can break free from the emotional turmoil that the narcissist seeks to create. Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This philosophy is a reminder to shift your focus away from the narcissist's actions and toward your own healing and self-discovery. Recognizing that the narcissist's search for new supply is not a reflection of your worth, but of their insecurities, is a critical step in reclaiming your peace. In practical terms, it's essential to set clear boundaries and resist the urge to compare yourself to the new supply. This comparison only serves the narcissist's agenda by keeping you emotionally entangled. Instead, channel your energy into building a life that aligns with your values and goals. Surround yourself with supportive people who affirm your worth and engage in activities that foster your growth and happiness. By prioritizing your well-being, you weaken the narcissist's ability to control your emotions and reclaim the power they once held over you. Number 4. How to protect yourself and moving forward. 1. Set and maintain strong boundaries. Protecting yourself and moving forward after leaving a narcissist begins with one fundamental practice: setting and maintaining strong boundaries. These boundaries are not just protective walls, but the foundation of your emotional well-being and self-respect. They define what you will accept in your life and send a clear message about your commitment to your peace. Whether it involves going no contact, blocking the narcissist on social media, or using structured tools like co-parenting apps, the goal is to create a firm separation that protects you from their manipulation. The challenge lies in upholding these boundaries when the narcissist tests them, using guilt, emotional appeals, or provocations to lure you back into their toxic control. Their tactics often frame themselves as victims and appeal to your empathy, attempting to make you feel responsible for the relationship's breakdown. However, as Epictetus wisely stated, no man is free who is not master of himself. Staying steadfast in your decisions is the key to reclaiming your autonomy and preserving the peace they seek to disrupt. In a world where social media and constant connectivity make it easier for toxic individuals to invade our space, maintaining boundaries has become a vital skill. Modern Stoicism, a practical philosophy for contemporary life, reminds us to focus on what we can control: our actions, choices, and emotional responses. Blocking a narcissist or limiting contact may feel harsh, but it is an essential act of self-preservation. By removing their influence from your life, you create the conditions for healing and growth. Surround yourself with people who respect your boundaries and support your journey, as their encouragement will reinforce your resolve. As Marcus Aurelius observed, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. These challenges are not setbacks, but opportunities to strengthen your resilience and deepen your commitment to living a healthier, more peaceful life. Setting boundaries is not just about keeping a narcissist out, it is about reclaiming your autonomy and power. A narcissist's reactions, whether through manipulation, defiance, or guilt-tripping, reflect their need for control rather than any failure on your part. By standing firm, you send a clear message that their influence over your life has ended. This practice aligns with the principles of modern Stoicism, which emphasize courage, discipline, and the ability to rise above external pressures. Narcissists thrive on chaos, but your calm, steady resolve is your greatest strength. Peace is not something they can grant or take away. It is a state you cultivate through consistent actions and a clear focus on what truly matters. In difficult moments, seeking help is not a sign of weakness, but an act of wisdom. If the narcissist's behavior escalates to the point of feeling threatening, legal intervention or professional counseling may be necessary to protect yourself. Seneca's wisdom reminds us, "As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." By setting and maintaining strong boundaries, you invest in a life of clarity, stability, and emotional freedom. These boundaries are not just tools for protection, they are a reflection of your growth and self-respect. Modern Stoicism teaches that boundaries are acts of integrity and virtue. They demonstrate your commitment to living authentically and prioritizing your well-being over the demands of others. Each time you reinforce your boundaries, you practice self-mastery, an essential Stoic principle. By focusing on what you can control, your mindset, actions, and future, you create a life defined by your values, not dictated by external chaos. Narcissists may attempt to test your resolve, but their efforts will only highlight the progress you've made. With time, consistency, and the support of those who truly care for you, your boundaries will transform from a defense mechanism into a celebration of the empowered life you are building. 2. The power of silence and no reaction. Silence is one of the most powerful tools at your disposal when dealing with a narcissist. These individuals thrive on emotional reactions, feeding on your frustration, anger, or even sadness to sustain their sense of control and superiority. Every time you engage with their insults, guilt trips, or manipulative tactics, you fuel their need for attention and validation. But when you choose silence, you disrupt this dynamic entirely. Imagine the narcissist launching one of their calculated provocations, expecting you to lash out or defend yourself, only to be met with calm and non-reactive silence. This silence speaks volumes. It says, without a single word, that you are no longer willing to play their games. Without your reactions, their source of emotional power dries up. Silence denies them the satisfaction of seeing you upset or defensive, serving as a clear boundary that reflects your refusal to be drawn into their web of manipulation. Consider Emma, who spent years in a toxic relationship with her narcissistic partner, Mark. Every argument, Every guilt-laden accusation and every belittling comment seemed to keep Emma trapped in a cycle of emotional chaos. Finally, she found the strength to leave. Determined to protect her peace, Emma decided to go no contact, choosing silence even when Mark tried to bait her with messages like, "How could you leave me when I needed you most?" or insults aimed at making her doubt her decisions. At first, Mark's attempts intensified. He involved mutual friends, sent more desperate texts, and even spread lies to make Emma look like the villain. But Emma remained steadfast, recalling the Stoic secrets she had embraced, focusing on what she could control, her emotions and her reactions. Over time, Mark's efforts dwindled, and for the first time in years, Emma felt the weight of his control lift. Her silence wasn't just about not speaking. It was an active declaration of her independence and a reclaiming of her mental and emotional freedom. Now, think about your own experiences. How often do you feel compelled to respond when someone pushes your buttons? Narcissists count on this urge. They depend on the fact that you might feel the need to defend yourself, explain your actions, or react to their provocations. But the power of silence when paired with emotional detachment is transformative. It's not about suppressing your feelings, but about refusing to give the narcissist the power to control them. The key is remaining calm, composed, and resolute, even when they escalate their behavior in an attempt to provoke a response. They may push harder, sending more pointed messages, or even creating new ways to get your attention. But every time you refuse to engage, you reinforce the boundary that their influence over you is gone. Choosing silence not only protects you from their manipulation, but also creates space for your healing and personal growth. By stepping away from the emotional chaos they thrive on, you give yourself the opportunity to reconnect with your priorities and your peace of mind. Ask yourself, what do I truly gain by responding? Am I feeding their need for control, or am I choosing my own well-being? This isn't about winning a verbal sparring match or proving your point to them. It's about reclaiming your time, energy, and emotional independence. Every moment you spend not reacting is a moment you can dedicate to building a healthier, happier life for yourself. At its core, silence is a profound act of self-respect. It communicates that your peace of mind and emotional stability are more important than their manipulative games. It says that you refuse to be a pawn in their pursuit of validation and control. The Stoic secrets remind us of an essential truth. We are not obligated to react to every provocation. True strength lies in mastering our own emotions and responses, rather than allowing others to dictate them. When you choose silence over engagement, you reclaim your power. It becomes your shield, protecting you from the chaos they try to create, and your statement of independence, declaring that their hold over you is broken. Silence doesn't mean weakness. It means freedom. It allows you to prioritize your own healing, to focus on what truly matters, and to break free from the toxic patterns that have kept you stuck. Every time you resist the urge to react, you reinforce your commitment to yourself. So let your silence speak for you. Let it declare your strength, your resilience, and your unshakable resolve to live life on your terms, free from the manipulations of others. This silence is not just the absence of words, it's the presence of peace, power, and purpose. 3. Focus on building a new life. Rebuilding your life after leaving a narcissist is a deeply transformative journey, and it begins with shifting your focus from the toxicity of the past relationship to your own growth and future. The first step is to reclaim your sense of self by identifying personal goals, passions, and desires that may have been overshadowed during the relationship. Reflect on what truly brings you joy and fulfillment, whether it's rediscovering hobbies you once loved, exploring new interests, or pursuing professional aspirations that align with your values. This process is not just about filling the void left by the narcissist, but about creating a life that genuinely reflects who you are and what you want. At the same time, nurturing your emotional and physical well-being is essential. Incorporate self-care practices that promote healing and resilience, such as therapy, exercise, mindfulness, or journaling. These activities not only help you process your emotions, but also reinforce your commitment to your own well-being, reminding you that your needs and happiness matter. Equally important is the need to cultivate a supportive network of people who uplift and inspire you. Seek out relationships with individuals who validate your experiences, respect your boundaries, and encourage you on your journey toward recovery. Letting go of toxic connections, especially those who may have enabled the narcissist's behavior or contributed to the dysfunction, is a vital step in creating a healthier environment for yourself. This act of letting go can feel daunting, but it is a necessary part of reclaiming your power and building a solid foundation for the life you deserve. As you begin to distance yourself from negativity, take time to reflect on the progress you've made. Recognize your resilience and courage in breaking free from the manipulative grasp of the narcissistic relationship. Celebrate the milestones, big or small, as each one represents a step toward a more empowered and authentic version of yourself. The wisdom of modern Stoicism provides a powerful framework for navigating this process. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This philosophy encourages us to view challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth and transformation. The pain of leaving a narcissistic relationship can be overwhelming, but it also serves as the catalyst for self-discovery and empowerment. By focusing on what is within your control, your choices, mindset, and actions, you can create a life that is not only free from manipulation, but also rooted in strength and purpose. Modern Stoicism teaches that true happiness comes from aligning your actions with your values and finding peace in the present moment. As you embrace your newfound independence, take pride in the person you are becoming, a stronger, more self-assured individual who has reclaimed control over their life. This transformation is not just about surviving a toxic relationship, but about thriving in its aftermath. Celebrate the courage it took to leave, the determination to heal, and the dedication to building a future that reflects your true self. Remember, as Seneca said, "As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." Focus on quality over quantity in all areas of your life, whether it's in relationships, pursuits, or personal growth. Let this new chapter be a testament to your resilience and an example of how challenges can shape us into stronger, wiser individuals. By embracing the principles of modern Stoicism, self-discipline, wisdom, and courage, you can navigate the path of healing with clarity and purpose. Surround yourself with positivity, invest in your well-being, and continue to pursue the life you deserve. You are no longer defined by the narcissist's manipulation. Instead, you are empowered by your ability to rise above it and build a life rooted in authenticity, freedom, and fulfillment. As you reflect on what a narcissist hopes when you go no contact, remember that their tactics are designed to pull you back into their control, but your strength lies in staying firm and prioritizing your own well-being. Breaking free was the right decision, and by embracing a Stoic mindset, you can reclaim your peace and move forward toward a healthier, happier life. At Stoic in Your Life, we're here to remind you that you're not alone on this journey, and every step you take toward healing is a step toward freedom. What strategies have helped you maintain your boundaries and focus on your growth? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your experiences. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you can join us for more insights on personal growth and resilience. Wishing you strength and peace as you continue on your journey.